So speaking of managing boundaries, this is something I guess has been really topical, particularly with workplaces becoming more flexible, home becoming the place of work, hybrid models. So this is in the context of managing relationships and the boundaries around it. So the example here is, what if you've got an employee who's an oversharer in ways that makes others uncomfortable, or an employee who's excessively interested in other employees? I haven't given you the full context around it, but have you got some tips around how employees can manage these boundaries in the workplace?
What I often talk to people about is, again, coming back to good principles. And so often we will say that our behaviour is only motivated by good. And there's research on this, that we tend to dress up our own behaviour as inherently good and our intentions were only ever very noble. And so someone who's excessively curious can say, oh, I'm just really interested in people, and isn't that a compliment to them that it's so lovely? And so I guess it's trying to help people see the flip side about that it's things are not necessarily inherently good, that they can have a downside and they often need to be negotiated. I think people who are oversharing, sometimes I'll talk to them about really wanting to protect their interests, and that giving too much away may not be always in their interest. Like any form of exposure, sometimes you've given material away that you wish you hadn't, or others can't be trusted with who you are. So I'll often talk to people about whether they could protect themselves better rather than clamp down that they're doing the wrong thing, but maybe talk to them about, from a position of respect, of this not always being perhaps in their interest to do this.
Yeah, because I guess when particularly for people who are new to a team, people often say a good way to build trust is disclosure.
Yes.
Right? But if you an employee who doesn't have the sense of what oversharing is, because maybe, in that team culture, the sharing is at this level.
Yes.
And so the person's overstepped the mark. They need to know when they've overstepped that mark. And I think the way that you've put it is really helpful. You're talking about it more in their lens, about that protection.